Hello, hello, it's Cassie. It's day 2 here, and we are going to open the next window for the Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar. Each of the days here has a different die in it. So yesterday we found the cute little, let me show you real quick. We have this cute little flower, and we made a wedding card out of it. And so today I'm going to unwrap number 2. This is a super tiny window, so we're going to have a very small die here. Let's see what we get. I'm very excited. No peeking, no looking ahead of time, so I'm going to find out the die here together and also quickly make a project together on YouTube Live. So this will be fun. All right, looks like it might be a word. These are really in here. Kind of hard to get out. Let's see. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Here we go. Party. All right. Well, that's fun. That is super fun. Okay, so we got a little word that says party here, and that's my day 2 for Crafter's Companion. So let's put this aside and decide what I'm going to make here for my project. Now, I decided that I think what I wanted to do for today is just make an ATC card, and I am doing the 52 cafe cards with Maremi in Maremi's Creative Cafe, and I'm a bit behind. So I'm on letter C. I think they're on letter F now. So I have a little bit of catching up to do. So I thought I would combine these projects together today. And so, and the letter C that they chose for the prompt was composition. So I really can do anything I want. Pretty wide open. So really quick, let me see if I can figure out how to have comments on here in case anybody is leaving comments. I'm still figuring out the Facebook, or I'm sorry, the YouTube Live stuff. So yeah, no, I'm going to have to read more about that and figure out how to look at the live comments. But if you do leave a comment, I am checking it afterwards, and I'll respond. And eventually I'll figure out how to see. Oh, there, I do see it. Hi, Phantom Knight. Hi there. Thanks for watching. Okay, so if you have any comments as I'm going, looks like I can see them. So feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to answer if I see it. And so here we go. So I'm going to do the letter C, and we've got party here. So I think the first thing that came to mind was kind of like maybe birthday party or something, maybe balloons, bubbles, whatever. I don't know. I'm seeing this stamp. This might make a good background. Kind of bubbly and fun. Can be used in a lot of different ways. So I think we're going to do that. And maybe we'll have some washi tape. I've got a couple things up here already. This, this process is pretty fun, but it's also kind of, yeah, a little bit nerve-wracking too, because I'm live and because I have no idea what the die is going to be ahead of time. So I just kind of have to come up with something on the fly. So it's a really good mental practice, I think, to do this, and it's really kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone, which I do like to do sometimes. So maybe these are fun washi tapes. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking unicorns. I love unicorns. I don't know. So this is kind of my thought process on how I go through this. I find my inspiration and maybe my theme and what kind of project I'm going to do, and then I just sort of let things kind of build as we go. And sometimes I use the things that I think of, and sometimes I don't. So I have these from Simon Says Stamp, and I haven't used them yet, but they're birthday cake sequins. I really love the sequins. Or the these are like confetti sequins because they don't have a hole in the middle. So yeah, I really like these. We might use those too. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm starting. So let's cut out this party and see how it looks. What colors are we going to use today? Maybe we're going to do, you know what? 1 second, I have to grab something. My favorite color lately is like a fuchsia magenta color. And so why don't we just go with that? How about? Because that is super fun and easy. And 1 second, I'm looking for some fuchsia paper that I have. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yes, this is gonna be super fun. So if you saw yesterday's advent calendar video, I used the gold Crafter's Companion cardstock pack, and I said then too that I'm super in love with these packs of paper beads. They have 3 different finishes in them, and they come in all kinds of different colors. I just have a few of the colors, but man, they're gorgeous. And I wish I bought every color now because, well, that's how I am, but they're just so pretty, and they can be used in so many different ways, especially for die cutting. It's super fun. So this one is the fuchsia pack. Of course, I had to have this because this is fuchsia and magenta is like my favorite color right now. So if you didn't see yesterday's video, I'm just going to take these out real quick and show you the different finishes so the finishes are the same in each pack, they're just different colors, obviously. So we have, look at that, this is sorry for that, hit you in the face with that light, but this is a shiny finish. And then we have, sorry, it's taking a bit to get out, and then we have like a matte mirror finish. Oh, that's pretty. So pretty. Okay, and then we have the glitter, which I'm going to take this out so you can see up close. It's so beautiful, and it's the soft glitter. Sometimes glitter paper can be kind of coarse and rough, which is also pretty, but this, I love the soft. It's just like satin. It's smooth, really beautiful. So we have, so every pack has these 3 different finishes, and I love them. So anyway, worth looking into, checking out. And so since I'm doing a party ATC card, I think I'm going to use my favorite color. And let's maybe try this because it's really going to help it stand out. Okay, so we're just going to cut a little strip off. Maybe I'm going to do, ooh, maybe I could do party like a couple times in different, maybe with glitter and the shine. Okay, let's start with this and see how this word looks. So I'm using, I'll be every day actually, since it's the Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar. This Gemini is by Crafter's Companion, and I recently started using it because well, I have other die cutting machines, but I saw this used in a demo, and I was super impressed. It cuts through lots of different things, and it's really powerful. So like when I first got this, you know, these are metal etch dies, right? And so they're not very deep, right? So generally you can only cut cardstock, a little bit of cardstock with these, or maybe like 1 sheet, right? And nothing really too thick because it just doesn't have the depth to go through it. But with this Gemini machine, and this is the Gemini Go, so this is like the baby one. There's also a medium, I think it's just called Gemini. And then, oh no, that's the Gemini Junior, sorry, is the like the middle size one. And then there's the Gemini, which is the largest one. And I'm pretty sure that one cuts 8.5 by 11, which is super awesome. And that, so I have the little one and the big one. I don't have the Junior. So anyway, sorry. So the Gemini Go, all the Geminis work the same way. They can cut through, even with these metal etch dies, they can cut through multiple layers of things. It's super awesome and really powerful. So that's why I started using it, and I really love it, and I'm really glad that I have it. So anyway, so this is, we're going to use the Go for all these because, you know, we just have small dies here in my advent calendar. So, and this fits nicely on my table and doesn't take up too much space here. So that's what we're doing today. So if you didn't know about Gemini, there you go. So I've got my sandwiches here. Okay, so I didn't use this metal die yesterday, but I'm thinking I kind of want to try it with the metal. I think it goes under that. I don't always know the sandwich order, but I'm trying. Okay, I think I'm going to cut this in half really quick. All right, this is so fun to make a project live. I'm telling you, it's really fun. So we're going to just start with this one because I just want to see what it looks like, and so how it's going to fit in on the ATC card, and then we'll go from there. So it's a little loud on my side, maybe not as much on yours. course, the other reason I love this Gemini is the electronics. So you just push it in and it starts to feed, and it feeds itself through. And if it's too thick or, you know, just isn't going to fit or be able to go all the way through, it will come back out and reverse itself. So it's not going to break the machine. So no worries there. And then also they just came out with the foil press, and it's so amazing. I'm going to make more videos using that separate from this Advent thing. But yeah, Gemini and Crafter's Companion are really great products. Okay, so here we have Party. There's the negative. Probably can't use that. I always like to try to use the positive and negative of things just to... Oh, that came out. Ooh, so that's so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. So on the... I'm trying to get it so that it's not in shadow. There we go. You can kind of see there. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty. I love this paper. And that cut out so perfectly. So next we're going to try it with 2 pieces of paper just for fun. I'm wondering if that metal piece is going to help that out. I really want to do the glitter because I'm super curious about how this will look. So let's cut out a piece of glitter. And then we'll use the other... ooh, yeah, what if I did that like I did yesterday? Okay, here we go. We're going to try this way. And stick that guy right on top. Okay, let's see what we get. Love this glitter. Ooh, not quite. Almost. This paper is really thick, so I'm not surprised, but curious, and you never know. Oh, did I get the, oh, I think that exclamation point is separate. Whoops, I think I missed that on the last one. Okay, so now I have Party in 2 layers. Very pretty. I think it stands out a little bit better on the shiny layer. But what if I did like 3 of them? Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. I want this exclamation point. I don't know what happened to my other one though. I think I lost it. That's okay. That's all right. Maybe I won't use it. It's pretty cute though. Okay. Let's clean up that die real quick. And then I think I'm just going to run this guy through so I can get the rest of him. See how close it was? Pretty close. Maybe if I ran it through twice, it would have gone all the way through. I'll have to do some more testing on that and let you know what I learned there. Okay. I should probably tape this down, huh? Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to mess it up. Then I can have 3 layers. Here we go. You have some washi tape that I use sometimes for... Oh, here, I'll use this. Sorry for my reach there. So this is like, you know, bandage tape or whatever. But it's nice because it's not super sticky, so it's not going to tear your paper later, but it helps hold things down for things like this. So here we go. So that should be good. Let's run this through one more time. So I'm curious to know what die cutting machines do you use, and have you had the most success with, and what do you love? There's so many on the market, you know, it's sometimes it's hard to know which one is right for you or which one to pick. So, but they all have different features and different qualities. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Save that for later. I really like to reuse a lot of stuff as much as I can. Oh, where'd my Party go? There it is. Pretty, pretty. Yeah, maybe I'll do 3. That's nice. Party, party, party. Only have 2 exclamation points though. It's all good. Okay. Oh, there's a third one. Yay! Now I have 3. Cool. Okay, so we'll put Party aside. We'll turn the Gemini off for now. I think that is all we're going to use of that die. Very cute. Keep that up there so we can look at it. Okay, so now we've got Party, Party, Party. Let's get rid of the garbage here. And what do I want to do with my card? So generally, because I don't necessarily want the C here, sometimes I let it poke through a little bit, but not today. We are going to gesso in white because I want this to be a bright, fun kind of party card. I do also use black gesso quite a bit. Black is awesome, and it helps pop color off the page very nicely. So don't be afraid of black. But today we're going to use white just because I really want the final outcome to be nice and bright. I'm looking for a good brush just to get this on here. So this one is Deco Art Media, just white gesso, but really any white gesso will do. I've got lots of different ones. They come in different thicknesses, and I will say honestly that not all gessos are created equal. And some really cheap gessos on the market. I'm not going to say brands, but I've tried them before just to see, you know, if they're the same or close enough and worth saving the money on. And I really feel like, no, that's not the case. A good brand of gesso is definitely worth your money. It's worth spending an extra $1 or $2 sometimes to get a good quality product. So any of the major brands are great, but if you're looking at like really discounted brands, sometimes they just aren't quite there. So that's just my opinion. Okay, so there we've got it covered in white. It's good enough. This gesso is pretty thick actually. So I only need 1 coat of that, and I don't mind the C is showing through a little bit. I just didn't want it to be prominent, you know. I want to have my party theme here. So we're gonna zap this really quick just to give it a dry. When I'm not embossing, I use the Ranger Heat It craft tool because it has a wider opening, and it's not as hot as the embossing gun that I use, but it just gives nice overall heat and coverage, so that when you're heating or when you're trying to dry gesso or maybe some kind of modeling paste or gel or something, then it just gives a good general overall heat. So I really like this tool for anything mixed media, anything that isn't embossing basically. Okay, that's just about dry. The nice thing about gesso is awesome because if you don't know already, gesso primes your surface, and it comes generally, it can come in different colors. I have seen here and there, but not very often, but it generally comes in clear, white, or black. And gesso is basically like the primer for whatever substrate you're working on. Your substrate is what you're going to create on, right? And so this just levels the playing field so that whatever you're going to put on top of it, whether you're on this ATC card or watercolor paper or mixed media board or canvas or whatever it is, art journal, then when you're going to go and put pigment on top of this, okay, let's say I'm going to use this fireworks spray, okay, whatever the substrate is, it doesn't matter. Once you put gesso on here, this product is going to behave the same way on all those different types of surfaces because it's got the gesso base. So that's the importance of gesso, and the reason that I use it most of the time. Even if you're doing a tag, like a manila, you know, kind of tag like this. I do a lot of tags. I almost always gesso it first. And I have other videos that show the differences when you're using certain products with a non-gessoed surface and a gessoed surface on the same product. So I'm actually thinking about doing another one of those because it is really important to understand. And sometimes you don't want to use it and sometimes you do. But anyway, okay, I digress. Sorry about that. I could talk about that kind of stuff all day long. So here we go. So I still think I really want to use this stamp. And this is from Carrabelle Studio, and it's from Bridget Coopson, and I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. She's got a lot of really great designs in this line. I have a lot of her stamps. This one is really fun. I love background stamps. I love texture kind of stamps because they're very versatile. They can be used in a lot of different ways. And, you know, like this particular pattern could be used it could be used on a gel plate. It could be used just as a background for whatever. It could be feminine, masculine, whatever, right? It works in a lot of different ways. And it's just a really cool, fun texture to get your background started. That's what I like. So we've got this here. What are we gonna do? Let's see. We're gonna pick an ink to ink it up. And so since I'm gonna be doing this fuchsia, I'm gonna pick a color that goes with that. Let's see what we have. Maybe, so I love VersaFine Clair ink, and I've been using it, well, since it came out a year ago, obviously. And I almost always reach for that first. If I think it's gonna work for my project, I'm gonna use it because it is fantastic. So, sorry, one second. I have a couple colors here I want to get out so I can start playing. And this is kind of how I go through my process too. I'll say, okay, well, I'm gonna make a party composition ATC card, and I've got these colors. Now what? So then I have these colors. Oops, not the black though. I think one of these would work nicely. Maybe a couple of them even. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. So let's start. I'm gonna start with gray, and I'm just gonna randomly, okay, it doesn't need to be perfect. You hear my dog barking. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect. Let's get some background paper to work on. I'm just lazy and I don't want to have to clean this mat as much, and you can see how dirty it is anyway. So here we go. We're going to work on this paper. So I'm going to ink it up and just put it down with no real, yeah, look at that gray. That's a nice gray. Then we're going to zap it real quick. So that, I'm sorry, that was VersaFine Clair and Morning Mist. Super fantastic gray. This whole VersaFine Clair line is amazing. I used the Nocturne yesterday, which is the black, and this is my staple black, honestly. And like I said before, this ink is very versatile and can be used in many different ways. So, okay, so first we've got the gray. I've washed off my stamp there a little bit. We're gonna just zap this real quick, just to dry it a little bit. I really love this stamp. Look at how cool. It's even got like text and like a music bar in the background. I love that it's not just perfect circles. It's got a little grid down there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, so then what's next? So I think I'm just gonna pick one of these maybe. Let's see how they look. That is awesome. That is called Verdant. And this one is Warm Breeze. Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh, gosh. See, with this color here, they're both pretty. Okay, maybe I'm doing both. So let's start with the lighter one. I'm just going to randomly stamp. Okay, and then I think this time though, I'm going to put the card onto it so I can decide where it is. So I'm just going to do a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, and, you know, not cover the whole thing this time. Let's make sure I'm in the camera there. We're good. Okay, so then we're going to do that. See, ooh, yeah. This is going to be fun. Okay, see how that's giving it just, it's the same pattern, but not in the same spot exactly. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. I don't want too much because I do still want to add that Warm Breeze. So this was Verdant. Let me show you this container again. Okay, that's what I use there. So then I'm just gonna wipe my stamp off again. I don't generally clean with a solution on my stamps. The ink's not gonna hurt it. As long as it's not transferring onto your project for the next thing and you get enough of it off, the staining doesn't really bother me. So I just use a microfiber cloth and that seems to work fine for me. This is like one that I found in like the like car washing section of my grocery store, you know? So it doesn't have to be anything special. Okay, last we're gonna use Warm Breeze, and just gonna do the same thing. Oh, look at that, it's so pretty. Oh, I'm a color aholic, I guess. I don't know. I'm a color freak. I love color so much. I get super excited when I see colors I love. I actually like, I get really excited about it. I don't understand, but that's the way it is. So I'm going to do the same technique with this color because I just want it in specific spots that I didn't do the Verdant, okay? A little overlap's fine, but I definitely want something different. And, you know, I'm going to maybe pick some different patterns too so that we have a little bit of variety in that way. And I don't care if it's not perfect or if it doesn't all cover. You know, this is just about creating an interesting background, and yeah, that's pretty. I'm going to put some over here. So just play. This is like one of my favorite things about ATC cards is that you get to play, right? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're doing or how it really even turns out, because it's just about playing with your supplies and your inks and paints, whatever you have. You know, maybe you can do an ATC card a day and just pick some supply that you haven't used in a long time and just get it out, get an ATC card, and just start making, right? Who cares what it's going to be or what you think it should be? It doesn't matter. Sometimes it's nice to just be free and not have a plan and just start playing. And you'd be surprised at the cool things that you can find out on your own when you just start playing. I mean, that's what this is all about, really, right? Having fun, playing, being creative, releasing that creative energy. That's my favorite part. Okay, so look at what we've got so far. This is pretty awesome. I'm excited about this. Should we add some texture? I am a texture girl, right? So let's see, what kind of texture can we add? I definitely want a stencil. And, I want a stencil. Okay, first, hold on, let me back up a little bit. Let's see where we're going to put our party. What are we going to do? Party, party, party. Yay. It's getting to be that time of year, right? People are having parties, Christmas parties, holiday parties, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. That's awesome. I just went to a wedding yesterday. That was a very fun party. Really great couple. My uncle and his new wife. So it's definitely the time of year for parties. We've got these cute little exclamation points. Man, these are going to be fun to stick down. I got to think about how I'm going to do that. Okay, here we go. So we've got party, party, party. I tend to like to not put things in the center. I am an asymmetrical person. I know that you're either one or the other. It's totally cool. Maybe we're going to use some washi tape. I think that these aren't necessarily going to work though. Maybe this one. Those other ones are too something. But let me grab some other washi tape really quick. I think I am going to use some of those bubbles because these will tie back into the background. And let's also pick a stencil that we can use with it. I like to put a little texture in here. I don't know if we absolutely need it because we have that awesome background, but maybe to break it up a little bit, something that is, I'm thinking, something that's a little bit more solid, or like a good surface like that, so that it breaks up, because those dots in the background are very kind of scattered and light, right? You hear what you get where I'm trying to go with that? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm thinking anyway. We want to stay with the theme, right? Ooh, maybe we just want to put some arrows. That might be fun. Let's check that one out. Yeah. I think I'm digging that. Or we could do like a couple of stars. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think? I love to hear other people's thoughts too on things. You know, that's my other favorite part of creating, and creating with others, and, you know, teaching and or just doing this kind of thing live, is that I can learn so much from other people and the things that they like to do and things that I just never would have thought of. So the reason I'm choosing those two stencils, and I think I'm just going to pick one of them because I have too many stencils and I could sit here for like an hour looking through all of them to decide. You know? I'm sure other people have the same problem. I have learned that. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to go with that. Oh, one of mine broke. Okay. It's all right. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to pick one of those. Okay, here we go. So which one should I do? So here's what I'm thinking for this. Like, I would just get some, you know, media paste, whatever. And I would just do arrows maybe down, or do I do the arrows up? Yes, arrows up. I like arrows up, I think. Anyway, I was thinking like I would cover this area, so then it's helping, you know, move your eye up through the card there. And this would be a solid, and then I could spray over it maybe. I don't know. Or we could do this and have some stars. Maybe the stars could come down. I don't want both. It's one or the other. What do you think? Or I could do like random stars. I think I do like this one a little bit better. I think I like the arrows going up. So the reason too is because there's a contrast, right? These are circles and these are hard angular lines. So that's the shapes are contrasting and playing against each other, which is pretty fun. Creates a little bit more dynamic feel and a little bit of tension, which is exciting. Tension is exciting. Remember that. Okay, we're going to do this. So the next question is, what color am I doing for this? Just a minute. Let me think about this. Maybe I should do this plaster paste. This stuff is fantastic. Where's the other one? Let's see. Hold on. Be right with you. Yeah, that's what I want. Yep. This is what I want for sure. Okay. I want the plaster paste, and then, excuse me, I got a bubble in my throat. And then I'm going to spray over it. I'm trying with this process also to use products that I don't use all the time. So this will be good. I haven't used this too much, but I love it. It's the reason I like this, and it's a little bit different than, let's say, modeling paste or gel or whatever other mixed media paste you're using. The reason I really like the plaster paste is because it dries super smooth, right? This is plaster. Like you've worked with maybe plaster of Paris when you were a kid in school, art class, whatever, or whatever. It dries really smooth. You could sand it down even. And it's just has a little bit different finish in the end, and it's super great. So we want this to dry quickly. So we got to take our party off first. So I'm going to put those guys up here so they're safe. Okay. Oh, there's my dog again. I'm sure she hears someone walking around. Okay. So we're just going to do this one arrow kind of off to the side going up. This is going to be so fun. I'm loving this. This is really cool. I'd love to hear what you think. You think this is going in the right direction? Would you do something different? Yeah, tell me what's going on in your head. Okay, here we go. We've got the plaster paste. Just going to do white, and then we're going to cover it with some spray later or some kind of pigment to give it a little bit of color. I'm going to mix this up. Haven't used it in a little bit, so you want to make sure it's mixed up really well. Am I in the camera? There we go. Okay, looking good. And this, of course, is from Prima Finavere line. Okay, So it's a little thicker too, and I want this to dry quickly, so we're gonna try to do a thin layer. We don't need a lot. I'm just trying to add a little bit of texture to this, right? Okay, so let's just get a little bit on my palette knife. And actually, I'm gonna do it sideways. Oops. I'm gonna do it sideways so I can have a little bit more control. I think that'll work out better. What am I doing here? Now I can't see what I'm doing. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna put it on the side. Boom, I love this. This is gonna be fun. Okay, I'm doing it sideways because I don't want it to run into the other lines. I really just want this one arrow specifically this time. I don't usually make it so specific when I'm using stencils and paste here. I like it to be more random, but for this one, no, I think I want it to be a little bit more specific here. And I am going over a little bit, but I can wipe that off later, no big deal. So I'm kind of scraping it. There we go. Against the stencil here because I want it to be thin. You know, if I left it so you couldn't really see that stencil too much, it'd be pretty thick. Excuse me, and I do like that. But for this one, we want it thin because we want it to dry quickly. There we go. Yay! This is gorgeous. Okay. Get my scraps. Clean that up. I'm going to let it be over here. And I'll dry it or clean it up in 1 second. Okay. So this has got to dry real quick. I'm going to clean that stencil because I don't want it to dry on there. A really fun way to use your leftovers to put this onto an art journal page and just rub it with a wet baby wipe. It helps use all of the rest of that. I'm not going to do it right now because my journals are kind of trapped under something right now and I want to move with the video, but but that's something you can do so that you don't waste any of your product. And especially when you're using any kind of paste or gel or whatever, you want to make sure to clean your stencil right away or pretty quickly so that you don't get gunk, especially if it's more intricate, so that it doesn't ruin your stencil. These have, excuse me, paint and marbling stuff on them. That does not ruin your stencil. I don't mind the color, I just don't want it to, excuse me, to mess it up. Okay, I've got like a little weird tickle in my throat. So I think I'm happy. I got a little bit over here, but that's going to be covered up by the party, I think. So let's try this. Excuse me, goodness. I better not be getting sick. This is the worst time of year to get sick. Okay. It's starting to get... So when this gets more of a matte finish, that's when it's starting to dry, and it really is already. That's amazing. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Let's see how we're doing. Wow. Seriously? Could that possibly be dry? I mean, it's the tiniest bit tacky. That's amazing. That was like under a minute. It is pretty thin. I'm impressed. Go get yourself some plaster paste and use it. This is fun. Look at that. It'll be really cool once I put some color on it too. Okay, let's pick some color that I never use. Really quick here. What do we have? Excuse me, man. I'm gonna have some tea after this, I think. Okay, should we... We want it to stand out against the party, so we can't be fuchsia. Maybe purple. Do we introduce a new color? Do we go with maybe the green or blue? All good questions. All good questions. Let's see what we have. Petrol. What does that look like? Oh, that's too dark. Okay. maybe Caribbean. So I'm picking out, I don't know if you can still hear me, but I've got these art sprays from Marabou, sorry, that I got from joggles.com before, which is a fantastic website, and I will totally give a shout out to them. They're amazing, and they have great products, and they're quick to ship, and they always wrap it in really nice tissue paper and take really good care to make your package look nice. It's pretty amazing. So, and they always have really great sales and deals. So you should go check out joggles.com, joggles.com. I shop with them a lot. Anyway, I got these on sale one time. They have great sales. And I haven't used them too much, but one thing I really like about this spray, and I use lots of different sprays, and I love sprays, is that these are acrylic. So that means when they dry and then you put some other color or water, water-based product or anything over it later, the color that's dry isn't going to run or get reactivated. It's there, it's permanent, it's staying, right? So that's super awesome. Okay, what color is this? I have a color chart. Aubergine, I think, is too dark. So what should we do? Should we do like Caribbean or this and stick with this color, or should we do maybe something darker? Thinking something a little bit darker. And maybe if we do it a light enough coat, it won't be so bad. Let's try it. Excuse me. Oh, I do have gold. Yay. Forgot. I was looking for gold yesterday. See? I have too much stuff. I don't even know what I have. I wonder if anyone else has that problem. I'm sure lots of us do. This is gold, and it looks milky right now because I really need to shake it up, but am I in the, there we go. It's super pretty, really pretty, nice, great gold coverage. Do I want gold? I don't know. I think I'm going to do flecks of gold over the top after, but for this arrow, I think I'm going to try the aubergine. It's a really dark purple, but we're going to play with it on the mat here first and test it out. There, that gold is mixed up. That's ready to go. And then I might just brush it on and maybe spritz it with water so it dilutes it a little bit. In my sample, which is taped to my wall, I can't really show you, but it's pretty dark. This aubergine, as you can see too, is pretty dark purple, but I think that'll be a really nice contrast against that pink as well. So let's just see what we get. Maybe it's not gonna work. Oh yeah, that's dark. Look at how pretty. So this is what I like to do. I just sample stuff, right? So you don't mess up your project, but you can also test it. Well, that's just pretty. I don't know. Let's see what we can do. Maybe it's gonna work. I'd really like it to work because it's so nice. So obviously the normal way to use this would just be spray, like I just did here. But the way that I often use any kind of spray that's in a bottle is just to get a paintbrush and brush it on, because then I have a lot more control over where it's going. And that's if I just want like a certain area, like I do right now. I want this area to be purple, right? And then I'm going to spritz it with water so it kind of has organic edges. But you can also just use this if you just wanted to put some splatter on there. There's lots of ways you can use the spray. It doesn't always have to be sprayed on. I guess that's my point. Ooh, yeah, look at that's pretty. That is super pretty. So I'm just going to cover this general area. I think that gives a nice contrast. And then I'm going to spritz it with water while it's still wet. Remember, once this dries, that's it, right? So whatever, if you're not happy with something or you want to make changes, you need to do it while it's wet. While it's wet, you can do whatever you want. Once it dries, you're done. Okay, I'm going to spray it one more time. There we go. Ooh, that's so pretty. Yes, I'm so glad that didn't dry, or that that's not as dark as I was thinking it might be, so I think this is going to work out nicely. All right, you can also then, of course, move it around. Ooh, I like it just like that. I don't want it to move. So let's dry this real quick. Get my paintbrush in the water. Excuse me. See, I love the organic edges. That's one of my favorite things to do with this technique, is to put some pigment down and spritz it with water and then just see what happens. I might have to do a second coat. That is pretty. See, I like how it just kind of made its way over there on its own. Has a mind of its own. You know, I decided purple and I decided the general area, but then it kind of just also does what it wants, and I really like that because it gives a bit of you know, chance, I guess, or unplanned outcome that is really fun. Yeah, this is working out nicely. I really like this. Okay. I think I might be good. I was going to do a second coat, but maybe it's okay the way it is. What do you think? I think I like it the way it is. Okay. So then I do want to do some gold splatter. Let's do some gold splatter because that's fun. This is coming together quite nicely. So see, we started with this really busy background, and then we brought in this arrow and covered it with this purple just to kind of dampen some of the crazy background to provide a foundation to then put the party on top of, so it just not so it stands out a little bit better and isn't so so lost in all the busy, which actually makes me feel like should I put one more coat of purple? I don't know. I feel like maybe I should, now that I'm looking at this some more. Let's try just a little bit. Just a little bit more purple. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Yeah. Here we go. I just want it to be a little bit darker, bolder. Okay. That's nice. I'm going to give it the tiniest spritz because I don't want to dilute it too much. All right. Yeah, that's lovely. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that's really, really pretty. All right. Let's dry that real quick. Yeah, so back to the sprays anyway, since we're using a spray here. I'm gonna water that a little tiny bit more. There we go, that's fun. Okay. Back to the sprays anyway. So there are lots of different kinds of sprays, and most of them that I use, at least, are water soluble, right? So, or they're, or I shouldn't say water soluble, they're water based. So that means that they react with water. And like here, I'm mixing this with water and it's spreading around, looking nice. If I use something that wasn't water based, then the water wouldn't have any effect on it. It actually would probably just separate from it and not work with it, I guess, what I'm trying to say. But just because something is water-based doesn't mean that it's going to be water reactive once it's dry. So there are some sprays, and you just kind of have to play with them and get to know them and build your relationship with them to know what's going to do what. Yeah, look at that. See, this just provides a little bit more contrast. It's a little bit bolder, and we've got that concentration of color in the cracks of where the arrow is. That's exactly what I wanted. This is perfect. Provides just the right amount of contrast. This is fantastic. I am so in love with this right now. Okay, so back to my sprays. So like, okay, let's look at these. So I've got these dilutions, ink sprays. They're fantastic. They have really bold, beautiful colors. They're water reactive forever. So if I sprayed this on paper, let it dry, come back a month later, spray it with water or another color, it's going to reactivate and react. Okay, so it's cool, but you just need to know that, so that if you don't want that to happen, then you need to cover it with clear gesso first or use a different spray or whatever. But just knowing how your different products are going to react with different things will help you to not be frustrated when you're working on something and you're like, oh, that's dry, it should stay the way it is, but nope, that product doesn't do that. So anyway, Just it's helpful to know how your product works. But then with these kind of art sprays, because it's acrylic based, still water based, but it's acrylic. So think of it like acrylic paint. When acrylic paint dries, it's not going to move, okay? And it's not going to be affected by anything else you put over the top of it. It's not going to blend or reactivate with water. So, so anyway, just it's important to just be familiar and be aware of what you're using and how you're using it. So this is gold, and it's really, really pretty. I'm going to get that washer thing up there. And I'm just going to splatter, because look at how pretty that is. Come on. Seriously. Man, that's gorgeous. Okay. Yep. I'm in love with this. Okay, quickly, we're going to dry that gold. I think I put splatter on probably like 99.9% of the projects that I do. I don't know, I just really like the randomness of it, the chaos, the visual interest it provides. It's good stuff. Okay, I think that's pretty dry. Let's take a look. How are we doing? So pretty. So pretty. I'm loving this. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to finish it up here, add the party, and maybe some of these sequined, what are those guys called again? Sequins, but what are they? Forget. Okay. Let's see how these look. Do I need to add anything else, or are we good? Okay, straighten it out, Cassie. Here we go. Here's my tool. I have this little picker tool thing. Kind of helps me when my fingers don't work so well. Party, party, party. I don't know, it feels kind of busy right there still, though. What can I do? What can I do? Maybe if I put... Oh, I'm just thinking. Hold on a minute. I'm so close. So close. What do I want to do? Honestly, feeling like putting just a couple of white, you know, a little bit of white paint or something. Wonder how that would be. Let's see. I was going to use the all-purpose ink on. I'm not sure. Let's try some gesso. I just want the party to stand out, and I feel like it's still kind of too busy here and getting lost. One second. I have another idea, maybe. Just got to give me a second to find something. So do you see what I mean, though? How it's still a little bit busy? We're really close, and I really like it, but it's just not quite there. Not quite. Almost. So bear with me here. Almost done. I'm looking for maybe like some solid-ish pattern paper to put behind it that kind of matches our theme. But it might actually just be better to paint that spot white a little bit. I think that's what I'm just going to do, because the more I think about it, I think it'll be better if we just do that. So let's real quick take these off. We're real close here. I just want a little paintbrush, maybe a medium. Probably this is going to work well. And we're just going to go like that, okay? Yeah, we're going to dry brush it on. Sorry, I'm just deciding what to do here. This is the process, right? So I'm going to wipe a little off on the side, and then I'm just going to dry brush. Okay, it doesn't have to be totally white and covered, but it's going to give me a good space. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Let's see how those look now. We're almost there. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay. Okay. Let's see how we are. Ooh, yep. There it is. See the difference? Can you see? Make sure you're still in the... There we go. Yeah, can you see the difference now? You can see party, party, party a little bit better, and you still have the great background all around it. Yeah, I'm much happier with that. Okay, and that was easy. You just make yourself a spot with gesso. Another great thing about gesso. There we go. So we're going to take those off, and I'm going to move this guy out of the way because that's distracting me from seeing this. Okay, I'm going to zap this real quick, although I think it's dry already because I put the tiniest bit of gesso on there, and gesso dries really fast on its own, so no biggie. So now we've got our space to put that down. So we are going to use OnPoint Glue, pretty sure. Yeah, we are. OnPoint Glue is great for little pieces like this. And we're not sticking to paper, we're sticking to paint. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to use. Okay, oops, my nib might be, there we go. Okay, make sure it's coming. Here we go. So really, one thing I really like about this glue is it comes out of this little needle tip. So you can get really great precision, right? When you're putting it on whatever you're putting it on. Another way you could do this if you don't have a wet glue that's like this is if you have any of those sheets of double-sided adhesive that you can run through the machine, so you could stick this paper, what I could have done also was put some of it on the back of this paper before I cut this party out, and then cut it out, and then peel the backing off, and it's just a double-sided sticky tape kind of thing, so then it becomes a sticker. So maybe next time I'll do that and show you another way you can, another different type of adhesive you can use to stick down really intricate dies like this. And that's something that people do a lot, and it works well. Or if you have, geez, I just ruined that. That's fun. Let me get that off my mat there. If you have a Xyron sticker maker, you know, you could run these through that. That works pretty well. Lots of ways to adhere intricate dies. So today we're doing it this way. All right, I didn't leave room for my little exclamation points, did I? Here we go. Let's see if I have room. I'll make room. Who cares? Okay, we're so close. We're just, I think I'm just going to put some sequins on after this and then be done. It's just a little ATC. This is really fun. Ooh, has anyone worked with the coin ATC cards? They're just circles and they come in all different sizes. I got a couple different sizes from joggles.com with one of my orders. And those are really fun too. I love doing the same thing you do all the time, but sometimes in a different format, right? Because it helps your brain to see it a little differently and to think about things, you know, maybe the composition or layout a little bit differently. And yeah, it just stimulates your brain in new ways, right? So that's pretty cool. So I love this card version, but let me see real quick if I can find one of my, here we go. Okay, so when I placed an order a month or two ago, probably a couple months ago, they sent me a sampler pack and then these awesome cutout things. I'm telling you, Joggles is such a great website. You really need to check them out if you're gonna, for your next purchase. They're really sweet people, and they make great products too. Anyway, so here's the circle coin ATC. They're called coin ATC cards, and you know, it's just a different surface to work on. And you could even like do a big one, right? And do your background and whatever, and then maybe put your focal point on here and then set it on top, or even like off to the side or something. You know, they come in all different sizes. They do also put them, they have the little binder things so you can put them like in a book. If, let's say you made your own little art journal, and let's say you had pages that were square or rectangle, you could make some of these and stick them on there or whatever. I mean, there's so many different ways you could use these. It's just fun to have a different shape to work with, you know. Like I was saying, it stimulates your brain in different ways, and so that's exciting to me because I like to work with a lot of different kinds of things. So here we are. We're looking pretty good. Sticking that party down. Super fun. Okay, I think we're almost done. Do we have room to add some washi? Maybe. Let's see how that looks. I think we're almost there. I don't know if we need washi now. Maybe on the bottom? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Why not? Just do a little bit. These gold stars are fun, and they kind of tie in the that gold splatter, right? Party. And they're stars. Stars are for partying. Okay. That's cool. Let's do that. And then let's see if we want any of these little sequin things. I'm going to put them on here so they're easier to clean up later. And I would stick these down with glue dots probably. Or OnPoint Glue would work also, but glue dots, you know, are dry instantly. Obviously, they're not wet adhesive though. And I have these little mini glue dots, so I'll probably use those. But let's see if we even want to add any. I'm not sure yet. So I like all the colors really go really well. Sometimes it's fun to just add a little bit extra. Okay. Are those two stuck together? I don't know. We're not gonna use that anyway. Here we go. I don't know. Is this too much? Maybe it's too much. I'm not really feeling inspired by these now that I'm working with them. Maybe. Maybe that's okay. What do you think about this? Is it too much or are they good? I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think. Here we go. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's fun. I like it. Okay, let's get our glue dots out and we will be done. All right. Another thing you could do if you don't have these or any kind of sequins and you want to add a little bit of, you know, finishing touch like this, if you have the Nuvo drops, that would work. Whoops, that would work great on this project. Anything just to add just a few little elements that help move your eye around the page, you know, or around the layout of whatever you're doing. The finishing touches are, I think, what really makes something special. More special, I guess I should say. You're done with your main layout, your project, whatever, and then just taking the time to add just a tiny bit more. Just a few extra touches. It really, really does make a difference. Okay. Whoops, where do I want this guy? Like right here, maybe? Yeah. Almost off the page. How about that? Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Here we go. There's our final project. And where's my party? Here it is. Day 2, Advent Calendar, Crafter's Companion. We have the party die. Super fun. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know also if there are any products that you want me to use in future videos for the Advent Calendar or for anything really, but I'm gonna try with each day that I'm doing this to use, like I said, some different products that I maybe haven't used in a while or ever, that I have, so I can get better at it. So let me know that. Also, let me know how you like my project, and if you want to know about future projects and videos, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you are alerted when I have a new video starting or posted. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a great day. Bye.